Hi everyone, it's Donna here, and I am coming on just to do a little tutorial, I guess, on how I make my vintage lace collaged journal covers. I've made several videos in the past, but I've kind of refined how I do it over the past year and a half. So I'm going to show you how I do it now. And these are the kinds of covers that I'm talking about, journal covers. There are lots of videos out there on how to make journal covers, so the request I got was how I do my collage, how I put together the collage part of it. So I'm just going to go real quickly over the construction of it to show how I've evolved. You'll need 2 pieces of fabric. The one I'm working on right now is going to make a 5x7 journal cover, so the fabric is 10 by 7. I'm just using muslin, plain old muslin. One of them is not going to show because it's going to be sandwiched in between the collage and the other elements. And then the inside one, you can make whatever you want. You can have, pretty floral fabric or whatever you want on the inside. I'm just using regular muslin. I also, since these are very lightweight fabrics, I sandwich a piece of cardstock in between the layers to give it a little bit of stability. It's still going to be flexible. The piece of cardstock is, I make a 1/2 inch smaller than my cover because I don't want it showing around the edge, and it's just to give stability. So this piece of cardstock is 6.5 by 9.5, and I just use cardstock from my paper pads that I don't think I'm ever going to use. Like this paper pad I've had for like 10 years and I've never used this piece of paper, so that's what I'm going to use here. And I put it the pattern side, if there's only one side, face down. And I use to adhere the inside cover, I use Heat and Bond Light. It's an adhesive that you iron on with a hot iron, and it puts down a layer of adhesive. A lot of people just use glue, but with a lightweight fabric, I find that it tends to show through, and it doesn't give it as even a coverage as Heat and Bond Light does. Now, there's 2 different Heat and Bonds. I use the Heat and Bond Light, which is, if you're going to be sewing through it, you want to pick the light. And then it comes in like this in a tube. The purple one is the Heat and Bond Light, and then there's a regular one, and I think it's blue. Oh, I can't tell. It's a different color anyway. So those are the elements that are going to go into the cover. Now the front cover, I start off with, and I've already done this just to save some time, and I just started doing this too, a piece of lace. It could be any kind of lace, the same size as the journal cover, and it is just tacked down. And actually I just started tacking it down with just some glue stick, and it's holding okay. It's just tacked down to keep it in place because it's going to be all sewn afterwards. The lace can be anything. It could be like a net lace or any kind of like curtain fabric. This one here I believe is a curtain. Anything you get at the thrift store, any kind of lace. So that's the base. I started putting lace down first because some of the vintage laces that I use have an open pattern, and I want to have something pretty showing through the open pattern besides just regular old muslin. So I started putting lace down. And then of course you're going to need a selection of vintage laces and table runners and doilies and collars, and I have my big old, these are just 2 of my many bins. I'm looking at 3 over there, across the room by my sewing machine, there's a stack of, there's another one over here that I'm, over to my right, that I'm going to show towards the end. And I have bins of them in the other room. And I just purchased another big box of them, which I might be doing a video of, an unboxing video. So there's just all kinds of stuff to pick from. And really, there is no rhyme or reason on no method that I use to put together my journal covers. It's just what looks good to me, and you're gonna watch me go through tons of trial and error. I'll put things down to see how I like it, and then pick it up and put something else down, and that's just how it goes. And I need my scissors. Oh, there they are. Let me come down a little bit. Try to stay in frame. I do try to vary the textures, and I try to vary the shades slightly. Like there's a little bit darker, and then a lighter, and this focal is a little bit darker. So, alright, let's just get started, Donna. I just lay things down until I get something that I like. And sometimes I don't even cut it apart until I get what I like. I love this Battenberg. Here's that really pretty antique lace that I like so much. And for these covers, I stay within the confines of the cover. There are some times when I put, lace coming off what will be the front edge. That's up to how you want to do it. I don't know how these are going to be used or how they're going to be bound, if they're tied, if that's the case. So I'm just going within the confines. So I know I don't want to use all of that because most of it's going to be covered anyway, and because it's so precious. So I think I am going to just cut a piece of this. Just 2 of these loops. That'll go in a different cover. Let's see what else I have over here. I have this, that's a different shade. I'm going to cut a piece. Do I have a separate one already cut? I don't think so. I'm just going to cut a square of this and see if that will go in somewhere. Like this is going to be really boring for some of you. I'm just trying different things. I know I want that scallop to show on the Battenberg. I don't want that hanging off because I want to be able to keep that and not have to cut it at the end. What else do I have? Let's see. I have this piece that came off of a doily that might look good in a corner. I have my favorite. I love this stuff. I had a tablecloth that had all this all over it. If you've been following me for years, I've had this for years. I did sell some of it, but I'm down to the last bits, and I can't sell it anymore because I love it. I think I use it in every journal that I make because it's just so antique. It has the little spider web things on it. I'm trying to, right here, I'm trying to hide this seam this straight edge. I know I'm putting another straight edge, but and it might not even stay there. I don't know. Let me see. I have this scallop lace, which is just trial and error. Trial and error. Down. And sometimes I'll get stuff on and I'll just take it all off because I don't like it. But you just keep going until you find something you do like. This is pretty. Where can I put that? And sometimes, like this thing, this one here is starting to get covered up. I might leave it because I like that circle part there. So this will cover that up. So I don't think I'm going to put that there. Let's take this off, and what about here? Let's see. I don't know if I like that either. All right, let's try. Let's see what else I got in my box of goodies here. I have this trim that I could put along the edge, maybe. Oh, where'd my other piece go? Maybe, what if I just kind of put this here? Because I don't like, sometimes I do it, but I like to put something going at a different angle as well. As a matter of fact, I might do that with this. I don't know. Alright, let's see. You know, I kind of like that up there. I think I'm going to keep it. Alright, I'm getting there. I need something different that will kind of fill in here. Oh, here's a pretty collar, piece of a collar. Very antique. Let's get rid of that for now. And let's put this up there. And sometimes all you need is just a little snippet of it. Okay, I kind of like that. I might put something else under here because too much of the lace underneath is showing. You know what? Maybe I'll just carry this. All right. Carry this all the way across. Underneath. It's just trial and error. Okay, now I've got a problem because that was on. Okay. Bring this back down. Bring that over there. Okay, I think I might have it. See, this is the case where this is really open up here. So there, if I hadn't put that lace on top, it would be just the muslin showing underneath. So now I have something that looks, you know, kind of vintage underneath that. Okay, I think. So this hides the point of that. This hides the other point of this. This hides the two, you know, straight edges. So there's something hiding both of those straight edges. And this is really precious. So I don't want to I want to, it doesn't need to be, I don't need as big of a piece. So I am going to cut this just to where this covers it. So now I have another little piece to use in another cover. Let's put this back the way I had it, if I can remember. Come on. How did I have it? Like that. And that goes this way. Okay. So let's make sure I like this. And I do. Now, what I do now, this is all going to be sewed down, but so that it doesn't move from where I have it, I am going to just tack down with some art glitter glue. There. The edges, just the edges of everything. Like, and if I can figure out how to do this with my software that I use to edit my videos, I'm going to speed through this, because all I'm doing is tacking it down so it doesn't go anywhere while I am sewing. And I'm not going to talk through this. Well, actually, I will, because I have something I wanted to tell you. This Saturday, this coming Saturday, wait a minute. Let me cut some of this off. I mean, trim it. Trim it a little bit more when I'm done, but just so that I'm not dragging this all over the place. Usually I don't cut it until I'm done gluing everything down, but there. Okay. This Saturday, my video is probably going to go up earlier, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, because, well, actually, I may do it at 11, because this Saturday is the online auction for DeFi, which is Disabled Artist Foundation, Inc. They have a live auction the first Saturday, or the second Saturday of every month. I believe they are doing only digital sales this month, I believe, in order to not bog down the mailing system, because, as you know, there's an election going on and people are mailing in their ballots, and the mail system is already overtaxed. So my video Saturday will be, I'm going to say 11, because the auction starts at 12 Eastern Time. And I'll put the link down below to Carehart, who is the, I think the chairman is her title. She runs the auction. This Saturday I will most likely be, I've been working on putting together some Christmas journal kits. So there will probably be some of that this weekend, and I'm also going to be selling the journal covers, just the covers that I've been working on this week. This is going to be one of them. So if you're interested in purchasing a journal cover, I will have those for sale this weekend. Okay, I've gone around the edge. Now I'm just going to kind of tack down some of these other areas. I just noticed something. I have this big area here. I wonder if there's something small that I could put. Just a little snippet of something. Where's that little piece that I just cut off? Where did that go? Here's a little something. It's a little bit of net lace. Something a little smaller maybe, because I still don't want to cover up this beautiful lace here. I don't know where that little snippet went that I just cut off. There's a... nope. Well, I'm going to leave it because normally at the end I put some kind of applique. So maybe I'll just put a little applique there. Okay, never mind. I'm just tacking it down. Tack this down. And this moved on me. Oops, that goes underneath that. Okay. Now, I have some excess here. And I have some excess here. I even save that. That goes into little snippets. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this to my sewing machine. I'm going to have to put you on pause because my sewing machine is across the room from me. And I'm going to sew with the same color thread, like a tan or a beige thread, all the way around the edge. I'm going to sew everything that's loose. I'll sew here, I'll sew here, I'll sew here, and there, and here. So that's what I'm going to do next, and then I'll be back as soon as I can find my remote. Okay, I'm back, and it is all sewed on. You can see it looks almost quilted on the back. Everything is sewed down. Now, usually when I'm making it, I kind of have an idea of which is going to be the front, which is going to be the back. So it could either be that or that. And, well, let's assume this is going to be the front. I usually put some kind of additional embellishment. If you're going to be putting anything hand sewed on, like buttons or pearls or anything, this would be the time to do it before you put the inside lining on. But I have, oops, dropped my remote. A bin of all different, oh look at that, that came in my last bundle of laces. A little booty, and there's another little tiny booty. Isn't that cute? And a little bonnet. Anyway, so I've got all kinds of different appliques and like some doilies and things like that in here. So I'm just gonna, as Rachel would at Roxy Creations would say, I'm just gonna audition some things. That is too big, I think. I want something just kind of in this area here. So I want to see if I've got anything smaller. Now, this is a different shade, so it stands out. This is like a cream color, and it stands out a little bit more against the very vintage colors in the back. So that is potential. I think better this way. So that's potential. I'll keep that one out. That kind of blends in too much with the background. I have this that I could cut apart. Just this part. I don't know, I kind of like that too. What about just this single flower? I was looking for something smaller. Where are my scissors? Alright, I'm going to cut this up. Ouch! Let's see what it looks like. Cut it carefully so I can still get 3 different flowers out of this one. I don't know. What do you think? That? Wait a minute. Let's finish. See if one of these other two will work also. We've got that as an option. I kind of like that one. And then this one. Yep, I think I'm leaning towards this one. Although it covers up a lot of my pretty laces that I painstakingly made sure that they showed. You know, I think it's a toss-up between this one to let the laces in the background show, or this one. And I think I'm going to go with this one. And this I'm going to put on with, I think, with Fabri-Tac, because I think the stitching will really detract from the design. And this is got some dimension to it. I'm going to do that last, I think, at the very end. So you don't have to watch me gluing. Now the next step is going to be to put the inside on. I've already ironed down the heat and bond to this piece of cardstock, and you just peel off the paper, and you have the adhesive that is there. And what I'm going to do now is go and adhere this to the adhesive with an iron. So that is going to be stuck down. I'm going to put you on pause and come back with the last. Okay, I'm back again. It is all nice and stuck down to the cardstock. There's the shiny side. You could use heat and bond to adhere this to the front, to the outside cover, but I'm not sure how it would react to this stuff that's on this shiny stuff. So all I'm going to do is just glue it with some Fabri-Tac. The stitching is the stitching at the very last step is really going to hold it together. Come on. I'm just going to put it all around the edge. Okay. Make sure you get it on nice and straight. Smoosh it down. Now, the only thing left to do is to take it to my machine, and I'm going to change the thread to a brown thread and zigzag all the way around the edge. If you are going to add a lace pocket on the inside, this would be the best time to do that, with just tacking it down here to keep it in place when you go to stitch your outside, your two inside and outside covers of the cover together. So that's all I'm going to do next, and then I'm going to glue with Fabri-Tac my applique on, and then I will be back to show you the finished product. Okay, I am back, and the cover is totally stitched in zigzag all the way around, and I put the applique on with Fabri-Tac. So there's the finished cover. This is intended to be a single signature cover, but if you wanted to, you could do the same thing with multiple signatures. You just have to account for the spine. Say you wanted a 2-inch spine, you would just add 2 inches to the width. The height would stay the same. So that is this one completed. If you want to stick around, I'm going to go ahead and do another one. I've already got the lace glued onto the, tacked onto the muslin. This one is going to be a 6 by 9 inch journal, so the width is 12 inches and the top is 9 inches. And I'm just going to do the same thing that I did before. Just kind of lay things out until I get something that I like. Let's see. How about if this is one of the doilies that I have for sale right now. They're white, but I've coffee stained this one, so it's all nice and grungied up. I might put that hanging off of a corner. What else do I have? What else do I have? I've got this insertion piece. Am I far enough in? Kind of hanging off for now. What else do I have? This is a part of a collar. Really pretty. Let's see. No. I don't know. What else do I have? I'm not really caring for that too much. I've got this really pretty dainty. Let's see how that looks. Alright, let's see. What else? I have this Alençon, like a wedding lace that I've coffee stained. Alright, let's see. Am I still considering this? I'll cut that off. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just gonna let's see. I have this. I cut a square of that. I'm going to cut a square of this and see how that looks. This is all I have left of this piece. This type of, I don't know what it was, a doily at some point. It kind of fills in. It's kind of hard to see because I haven't cut it off yet, but if you envision, okay, this needs something here because that looks weird. And I've got a big empty space. First of all, where are my scissors? I think I'm going to just cut this border off of there. Actually, it's just held on with some thread. I'm going to put you on pause real quick, and I'm going to seam pick this off. Well, no. Yeah, I'm just going to cut it. Just do it, Donna. Just do it. I would be left with a straight edge anyway, and I don't like straight edges, so I'm just going to cut this. Of course, I'm going to save that. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so that would be cut, that would be cut, and this would be the front, and right now it's still pretty plain because I only have really two pieces, this piece and this piece, so maybe something to fill in that right there, just to add some interest to that area. Or maybe, oh, that's really damaged. Ooh, okay, here's something. How about if I just bring this all the way up? I'm kind of liking that. So this is really, oops, get back. I'm going to flip it around so I have a better, well, that's not much better. That one's damaged too. But that's okay. It adds character. I can just tack that down. Okay. I'm kind of liking that. It's kind of hard to envision until I cut it, but it's going to be cut off right here and here. All right, I think I like that. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just tack this down with some glue like I did before. Just go underneath it, everything, and just kind of tack it down and cut it, and then come back on so that you can actually see the design better. So I'll be right back. Okay, I have it all tacked down and cut around the edges. The only thing different I did, this white piece, I moved it a little bit in because it was completely covering up this pretty lace that I put down at first. So now I have some of it showing along the edge. Now all I need to do is bring it to my machine, sew all the loose edges, and do all the same steps that I just did. So that is another collaged journal cover, almost finished. So I hope this was helpful for those of you who want to give this a try. I do have one more bag of my vintage lace snippets available from video before last, I think, and also one left of the completed journals. This one is Hannah. I will put the link to both of these videos at the end of this one. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you again this weekend with Christmas bundles and probably these covers for sale. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.